let's get this party started.
Right, so game number 1.
Here we go.
First try. Let's see if this tunnel server works.
Yeah, interesting that a lot of people voted in the prediction that BigBut's gonna win this.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So we do have BigBut over here on the left playing as America. We have Coverber over on the right playing as Soviet. No pre-captured tech on this map. You do of course have the airport in the top left. And the oil in the bottom left, and then it's swapped on the top right and bottom right.
Yeah, so again, a very interesting map. You sometimes, again, in RA2, I guess I don't know this map that well, but I assume that if you teched up, you want to at least get a naval yard and get one annoying dreadnought.
Good luck, all.
Carry out there. Only
so
two routes,
thank you for the bits, man.
No crazy splitting gonna be going on here. And let's see what these players can do.
What are we expecting with the Allied versus Sov matchup here, Snark? Do you think we're going to get? I mean, you mentioned teching up. I can't remember. We saw it in a tournament a few weeks ago. Players building naval yards and aircraft carriers to rather great effect on naval maps with water in the middle.
Yeah, but Coverber's going 0 here, right? He's already got his rhinos out. They're heading across the map. They're gonna try and do some damage here.
He needs to win the game before someone DCs.
Yeah. AFC is out.
Oh man, it looks fine, but I'm just so nervous.
Yeah. So let's see.
Connie's coming out from him as well. Pillar's already there, along with the Harrier and the Rockies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right, so big, I'll try and hold this.
Worth mentioning, the Harrier is still completely pointless. It is only the Black Eagle, which is now actually viable.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Coverber while he's attacking in the bottom.
Nice.
But he did take his conscripts.
Nice use of the GIs there. Really going to make things difficult. Dog spam coming up from BigBut on the left.
Yeah, can see with those conscripts, clean them up so that he can't do anything. BigBut didn't lose a miner from all this push yet, did he?
No. He almost lost that one. Flank is still... So Coverber is on... What's this? 3 miners. He's gathering the gems from the top right. He's gathering the gems from the bottom right as well, which is nice. BigBut. BigBut on 4. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Early aggro has not paid off for Coverber. He didn't get anything out of it.
And BigBut is really starting to make a dent here. Double, 2 power drops worth of GIs here. They're not Yuri's GIs, but they are still pretty nasty to have to deal with.
They're equal to conscripts now, so like 1 GI you will be able to hold like 2 conscripts.
Gotcha.
Getting a couple of lag spikes, I'm feeling like maybe I'm just going to drop out here.
Okay.
Just
in case.
Yeah, I don't need to be though.
Yeah, and here's the naval yard.
We have a power drop in the top right. It's gonna take out the oil. Nice grab there by BigBut. GIs again doing work against this Rhino Ball. Finishing up mining the gems.
Doing a really good job of marching those GIs in front of the Grizzlies, and the aircraft carriers out.
That's what I was talking about. Going for, an allied player, going for tech on this map becomes very difficult for us, classic build Sov to deal with.
Yeah. So BigBut looking strong. He got the oil. He got the aircraft carrier. He's looking strong.
Tanya.
Ooh.
Alright, so we know that Tanya can swim across the water and do some
Yep. She
interesting stuff.
She is, of course, RA2 Tanya, not Yuri Tanya. So there is no, she can't C4 vehicles.
Yep.
Which means that, you know, a flat track is going to kill her very easily. However, this is RA2 and you can have multiple Tanyas. Which male player didn't have that as a fantasy growing up playing this game? Multiple Tanyas. Big Butt just saves a miner down at the bottom, but a Tanya gets in, takes out the war factory. Coverber now on one wall up at the top right. Deso in the bottom. Gonna do some nice work.
But overall, I feel like Big Butt's in a bit of a stronger position here. I mean, Coverber's completely broke, right? His eco isn't in RA2 eco mode. The amount he needs.
No. Coverber sitting on $0. Big Butt on about 4K. Loses a miner. Spamming out these Grizzlies, but it doesn't quite have enough. Harrier gonna do a little bit of extra damage. Pills should be able to hold things. No. Oh no!
Wow, elite Rhino for crushing those two Tanyas.
Two Tanyas. That was an expensive loss for Big Butt, and loses the carrier because he wasn't paying attention. Coverber really starting to recover. Big Butt kind of forget it, you know.
Ooh, double power. That could do work.
That could do work, but it's not deploying. Elite Grizzly needs to be careful if he wants to keep this alive.
Yeah, definitely wants the Elite Grizzly alive. He should easily be able to push off this attack, but where is Big Butt holding from a miner's perspective?
And Deso takes out the power drop without it achieving anything. Miners with Big Butt. He's got four miners going at the moment. 3 long distancing to gold and 1 on his main. Coverber, 3 miners in the top, and 3 miners in the top middle.
Wow, so Coverber on 6 miners. That's, you know,
6
that's
to 4,
nice.
and 3 of Big Butt's are long distancing. You are seeing that gap in eco now. Flipping. Big Butt now broke. Coverber, a couple of $1,000. Double power drop in the top right. Should be able to get the well, he's gonna try and go for that war factory, but there is a Deso there.
Yeah, the Deso is marching up, so should Garrison the structure probably?
He's gonna try and snipe the war factory. He might get it. No, he does not.
Ooh, that was close. That was close.
Tanya sitting out in the open in the top right.
Yeah, just chilling there.
Just chilling.
And with all those conscripts and rhinos, I feel like Coverber has a stronger attack.
Does keep the Elite Grizzly alive. That did so much. That did a huge amounts of work.
Wow.
And if Big Butt targets here, I think this could be GG.
Yeah, that's got to be game.
There are no rhinos left. 2 elites.
Wow,
And that is the end. Why didn't FC Kauai cast the first match for the tourney? Well, this is the wildcard stage, Berg.
Whew.
There is still plenty of time for FC Kauai to make an appearance.
Yeah. So, I mean, with so many streamers streaming QM and so many tournaments and games happening, definitely there's a lot of maps that you get to see 24/7. And we can try and shake it up a little bit here.
So, I removed my camera for this one. Similar style to the last one, in so much that it's mirror flip tech. We have tools at the back, power at the top, and oil in the forward. Similar triangle formation of tech and oil at the bottom for the right-hand side. Big Butt on the right as Allied still. Coverber on the left as Soviet still. A reminder to all of you players who are in the wildcard or who have made it through with an invite, as Balth mentioned at the very start, there is a $100 prize for the player who wins the most games playing factions not Iraq or America, right?
Yes.
So
Indeed.
if you win 2 games as France or as France or Korea or Russia, and nobody else dares to play another faction or indeed wins a game as another faction, you win $100.
Yeah, right there on the spot. So
right there on the
definitely,
spot.
again, a bit of motivation to shake things up, make things
Yeah.
interesting.
So
Out of the box thinking, yeah.
I mean, it will certainly promote some very interesting games, maybe from players who aren't quite as confident about being able to win the tournament, but who still think they can get quite far, right? You know, you think you can't win it? Fine. See how far you can get playing just career, and you'll come out of the tournament with $100.
Well, also, if you're someone like Woody, then and maybe you match up someone who you think that you have a good chance against, then you might
decide to
for fun a bit, do a bit of showboating,
which of course can backfire sometimes as well, right?
Yeah, level the playing field slightly.
Yeah, so I noticed Coverber isn't destroying that oil, that little barrel next to his oil. Usually the players destroy it themselves. It almost destroys the oil, but then you can fix it, so you're good.
Yep.
If you leave it alive when you're under attack, it's not as good.
Then you get a quick shot on the barrel and your oil goes down after being hit twice by a rhino, right?
Exactly. So BigBut has done that. He has destroyed the barrel next to his oil, which I like. Again, little tiny things, which is something I like about this map. It's got all different kind of hidden, interesting details here, which even though it's a very linear map, still makes it an interesting map.
Absolutely. Now, I like that Coverber has grabbed the forward position. He has a lot of rhinos here. He definitely will steamroll BigBut if he goes forward in a sensible manner. And BigBut needs to come up with something slightly unconventional. I like the Prism Tower. Gonna get some nice damage down on those rhinos.
Definitely a good move there from BigBut. Coverber's retreating.
Now, I would like to see BigBut get some good use out of America here, because France could be exceptionally useful. Could have been very useful to him.
Indeed, France on this map does sound like a really great idea. He is tech top though, but he's still going Grizzlies. Not sure what that's about. He should be switching into Mirages at some point.
And the longer Coverber stays in the middle here, the more of that money he's going to not deny BigBut, right? Even if BigBut does push forward, he's going to be at a massive eco disadvantage.
You think that Mirages are very good on this map, because it's quite easy to area deny with Desos.
True.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mirages are problematic on this map. But yeah, and I'm going to agree with Revo. This is definitely nice for Soviet, this map.
Oh.
Glad.
BigBut making some good moves with Grizzlies down at the bottom here.
Nice TC. Really, really nice TC.
Yeah.
And he does. He keeps TTing the conscripts. He could have tried to snipe the lab there, but Coverber didn't.
BigBut is gonna lose. He's not.
Oh. TC, let's see what's going on. Going in, out. BigBut is losing.
Very surprising tank control here. Not, diving in and then sniping a pill instead of sniping the actual airport. BigBut's now going to stick a power drop down on top of it, fortified a little bit better. Back home, Coverber, 5 war factories, 2, 3, 4, 5. His eco looking okay. $500 is going to hit 0, but BigBut's on the same. Power drop top right out of Coverber as well.
Can he get something done with that? So the dog's end, there was a kill box right at the top. He's trying to push in the top here now. Clean up that barn.
Nice guys, doing some nice work.
Yeah, but Coverber's position looking stronger. Stronger.
Yeah, BigBut, I'm not a fan of that TC. Does lose a miner there as well.
He's done nothing with the lab that he built so far.
Well, he just got 2 Mirages out, but I think that's way too little, way too late. I would have loved to have seen an ore purifier as well, but I think going Grizzlies quite so heavily was possibly a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, he had that lab for a really long time, and he didn't use it, so why make the lab, right?
Rhino, and I think that spells the end of the game. There is the GG.
Yeah, so the score evens out to 1-1 for BigBut and Coverber here. So here we go. Game number 3. Score is 1-1. And so that's.
Get out of the chat.
Oh yeah, Matt, you left the map gen on top.
Oh, should have hidden itself. My apologies. There we go. Rename the wrong. Called things the wrong thing. There we go. Big Butt on the right here as Allied. Coverber on the top left as Soviet again. What do we think in terms of ABF's matchup on this map?
Well, actually, I feel like, you know, they both have their advantages here. It's not a very wide open map, so the chokiness, you know, in the long game is definitely better for Soviet, but there's also a lot of cliffs and options here for Rocketeers. Sometimes we see Naval on this map. All in all, a very dynamic, nice map. You have to expand at one point, so let's see what these players do.
Yeah, I mean, Naval on this map, obviously, it's quite a, you know, the naval pathways are quite long. So if you spot certainly if Coverber spots Big Butt building a naval yard, he's going to very quickly build a naval yard of his own and stick a squid in there, right?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, let's see the build of these players. Coverber's going to try and build up the cliff there, which is a nice refinery up there.
Yes. Sure. I mean, and you can do it here as well. Big Butt, experienced player should know that you can. Yes, there we go. That's to be expected.
Yeah. So both of these players, very solid players for sure. Definitely getting some good games here.
So
no question about that.
Slightly larger maps than the last two that we saw. So I'm sort of expecting a little bit more of an, you know, a little bit heavier eco from Coverber and more of a tech rush from Big Butt. And indeed, there we see the tech rush. This is not his classic Yuri's Revenge Battle Fort rush, but you know, he's on what, six miners now. He's going to get a refinery up on this hill, which will give him his 7th. Spy!
Nice. Very nice. So, yeah, I mean, we did see Big Butt into a chat a second ago say, weird game, no BFs. Yeah, so he is tech rushing for the Spy. We've got Mirages coming out here. And again, if an Allied player Spy gets in, the Soviet player is in serious disappointment.
Yeah.
Well, they're on the clock, aren't they?
Okay,
yeah, they're on the timer.
So we have dogs by the war factories, both of them.
We have dogs,
we have drones,
Desolator.
Deso. Coverber is not letting Big Butt get anywhere near his base with a Spy.
Not his first game, is it? It's not his first game.
Yeah, definitely not his first time playing
hey,
game, that's
Metho.
for sure. So he is expanding it down to the second sort of plateau there. And weather storm out for Big Butt.
I like this. It's a big map. You have a little bit more time. He had a really nice eco going. I mean, he's broke now, but Coverber was not pushing. And so Big Butt says, right, I'm going to build a weather storm so that I can get basically free damage done to you the more you want to sit there. And Coverber, unless he goes, you know, he can go for nuke, but he's still going to be very far behind in that timer. Tanya in this IFE, I believe.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so coming up top, Coverber's coming in. He's going to try and push in here. Again, there's a lot of Mirages here. I don't know if he could push that yet. It will come down to micro. Does Big Butt have pillboxes, prisms ready? Let's see what damage can get done here.
I'm not sure about Coverber. The Desos! Only
nice
one
Deso bomb.
Mirage went down to the Deso. Or Purifier comes up.
Wow, great reaction out of Big Butt. So that Desolator could have gotten all of the Mirages, but it only gets a few.
Big Butt! Big Butt repair!
Come on!
He loses MCV!
Come on!
Big Butt never heard of pillboxes!
Yeah, he was making Chronosphere, and he was late on those pillboxes, which is unfortunate. That means he cannot expand, but he does have everything, right? He has 2 more factories. He has a lab. He has an ore purifier. He has a Chronosphere, and he has a weather storm. Okay, so if BigBut can hold on here, I don't know. But Coverber, on the other hand, has expanded. So his eco is gonna, out-eco BigBut at a certain point.
Absolutely. He did sell the purifier. I think that was...
He sold the purifier?
Yeah.
Why?
I think that might have been a misclick.
What? BigBut had it all. He still has both super weapons, ladies and gentlemen. This is far
yes,
from
it
over.
might have been for power. That is a good point. But he does have 2 power plants which are damaged. So he might, if he had repaired them, he might have had it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's easy to watch a game and talk, but BigBut coming in here,
sniping a miner. He's gonna get the back two as well.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
yeah, so
yeah. And the,
Warning, lightning storm.
oh, and the lightning storm. Where is it?
where is it hitting? Let's see.
There. Right on Coverber's army.
Nice.
Well, it got moved out of the way in time, but
So he did get 2 war factories from that little lightning storm there. Again, Coverber still... I mean, he lost a lot of... How many miners does Coverber even have left?
so he lost 3 at the top. So he has 5 on the expansion in the bottom left. Versus BigBut 7.
Yeah, so he's
2,
not
3,
mining
4.
at all. He's not mining at all. in top.
7 rhinos, 6
Wow.
rhinos, go in the drink.
BigBut needed that. His
He
army
did need that.
was small. His army was very small in comparison. He really needed that. But let's see if this super weapon strategy
He's
pays
getting
off.
the MCV. Cover was out of position.
Oh, looks bad for cover now.
Wow, BigBut with the big moves.
And Tanya's coming out. I think they're going in IFEs to deal with the Desos.
That would
Deso
be
doesn't get the deploy.
solution. Oh, that's unfortunate for Coverber
And-
right there.
He can camp the barracks as well.
Yeah,
but he's not.
out.
So he messes that up.
Ooh, BigBut, my man. Still BigBut with very, very big plays here. Really doing a nice job. Let's see what else can be done here. So Deso zoning BigBut out completely, forcing him to go all the way around there.
Okay, so the radar got sold because a spy, I believe it out was a spy next to Tanya, and Cover didn't want to lose his map vision.
Map,
But of
yeah.
course, no more Desos.
No more Desos.
No
which means
MCV,
Mirages.
no radar.
Mirages are going to be a big issue. A big issue.
What
at
is
this
Cover
point.
doing?
One at a time, Rhinos
Conga
coming
line.
in.
Oh, but
One
the
at a
Deso.
time. Oh, and the Deso bomb goes. Oh, I'm a little behind you, Matt. Sorry, but wow.
I think, however, that was it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
wow.
game now,
That
surely
was-
game.
Yeah. So,
What
okay.
was that?
What
I
a
have to say,
great
I think Cover had already lost the game by the time he threw all of his rhinos away in a single file line.
Yes, I'd be inclined to agree.
Yeah.
We have game number 4. There is now a prediction in chat. If you guys would like to predict who is going to win, then give that a go. So, BigBut, top right as Allied, Coverber, bottom left as Soviet. This is another map that I don't think I've ever played on, being not being a QM player and instead being a filthy casual. This is an interesting one. From what I've seen, this is certainly one that Marco struggles on quite often. And that's not a dig at Marco. It's just every time I've seen him play this map, I think every time he's lost. So but also every time I've seen him play it, he started in the bottom left. I'm looking around and the map looks reasonably symmetric. I can't see any top right or bottom left advantage, but maybe a pro player like Zane or Legend can enlighten me in chat. So Zane's saying he likes this one as allied. Or you, yes, or you. So Chaos, I said pro player. Bottom left sucks because top right can abuse the cliff. That is what I was thinking. Yes, here is being a sort of 2.5, 2D map. You can't go up. You can't shoot up to the top of the screen as easily as down the bottom. So BigBut quick moving after 4 miners. Coverber also moving on 4 miners. Not so much quick moving. But yes, this is not the easiest map in the world to play, for sure. You've definitely got to get your move timer right. Interesting cover went to the top left here, and not the bottom right or middle left. BigBut doing as was mentioned, slightly abusing the cliff. Gonna get some shots on the miner, but shouldn't actually kill it. Oh, unless he dives. He dives for it.
Oh.
What does he save?
All right.
This is one Grizz. 2.
Interesting. Yeah, so again, BigBut trying to make some plays here. You know, he did get map control here, but now he's gonna have to, pay the price, right? For that little dive there. Can he hold off this attack? Is the question.
So nice power drop. I'd like to see it at the top of the cliff instead of the bottom. But otherwise, this is really nice. This is definitely a top right favored map. That water spot basically making it impossible for anybody to do anything from the cliff onto the gold patch, whereas down here much easier. Mistake diving for miner? I'm not so sure. He took out a miner and he lost 2 grizzlies for it. That's a pretty good trade in anybody's book.
Yeah, if you could hold on later on, like if you could hold on more than 2-3 minutes, then it was worth it down for sure.
Cover on 5 miners now. BigBut on BigBut also on 5. Has expanded down to the bottom right. And saves his miners. Very nice. I'd like to see him pull that miner off this miner line now. Cover. Expanding to the top right now. Gonna get those gems. BigBut. No gems.
Yeah, so...
Am I right in thinking, Snark, that this map is quite often played left to right as opposed to top to bottom like these guys are doing now?
I've seen it played many ways. I've seen players, but yeah, it's an interesting choice of expansion. The way
that was disastrous. BigBut was broke. Loses MCV, couldn't repair it, couldn't spam pills. BigBut, I think, going for some kind of all-in now. Does take out 1 miner. Does take out a second, but I'm not sure what the recovery plan is after this. Yeah,
so again, miners are good to dive for if you could somehow survive long enough for it to be worth it. BigBut, can't expand now. Lost his MCV to a 3 Rhino split. Let's see what he can do here.
So he's on 2 wars versus Cover's 2. Cover has 3 miners, 2 on mixing gems and gold, and the 3rd one basically mining dirt. So inefficient miner. BigBut, 3 on gold, but that's going to run out quickly, and then 2 long distance mining. So I'm expecting BigBut's eco and covers to be about the same. Okay, interesting engagement here. Not one that BigBut wants to take. Started off pretty well for him, but doesn't have the numbers.
No, it does not. So, but he did split off. Yeah. Let's see if he can get anything done here. Again, BigBut trying to keep the chaos going, trying to come in from different directions, keep maps, some form of map control. Definitely not camp in his base. He knows that if he goes on the 100% defensive, it's over for him.
Yep.
Because he can't put pillboxes. He can't do much. So Big Butt needs to try and get something done here. Keep some sort of semblance of map control.
Big Butt, he is doing well for still being in the game, but I don't see how he's going to be able to keep going. He does snipe a miner here on the left, but the drones come out. Right, he sniped 2 miners there on the left, so Cover only left with 2 miners now.
Wow. He's down to only 2 miners mining at the moment, which means that if Big Butt can keep this up, get a higher Grizzly count, go in, win the game somehow, maybe march his GIs in front of his Grizzlies.
Yeah, and Cover is broke as well. I mean, so is Big Butt, but Big Butt is trying to make it work.
Yeah. Again, Big Butt was all over the place. He does have 1 miner on the gems in the center of the map here, which is nice. Even though it's long distance, but it is gems.
We have
Here's Ally.
And yeah, exactly. We've got NGIFEs coming out now with, you know, nice free repair. Cover, in fact, going for the service depot. Power trip on the left here. That would have been nice to quickly deploy to take out some of the drones, but he doesn't quite achieve it.
That MCV looking exposed. I want to see Big Butt try and split off a bit, see if he can pressure from more than one direction at once.
Honestly, I wouldn't say it was too cheesy to go for some kind of NG capture on the MCV while splitting.
Well, MCVs and war factories are immune to engineers.
Okay.
So war factories and MCVs cannot be captured. To all the players, you know, watching this, make sure you know that MCVs and war factories are both immune to engineers.
Okay, base trade.
Base trade time, interesting.
Well, Culver's got this, surely.
With the drone spam and the base all over the place, I feel like a base trade definitely favors Cover, doesn't it?
It should do for sure. Cover sells his MCV. Big Butt loses 1 war factory, loses the second.
Ooh, so Big Butt can't produce Grizzlies anymore. What is he doing? He's rushing back to defense to try and all of a sudden not looking very hot for Big Butt. He was in a nice position earlier.
I think he could have fought this. Big Butt's tank control there, somewhat lacking. I don't like his positioning. He does get a few veterans, which is nice, and somehow comes away with Grizzlies to spare there. Loses one of the IFEs.
Yeah, that the second IP faithful just chasing around those Grizzlies, trying to repair them somehow. So Big Butt has to go in now, right? Go in, somehow end this now, or it's over. Those drones, for allied drones, are so hard to deal with. He does have the NGIP, so he should be able to save 1 or 2.
Elite. But he needs to go now. Like, the longer this goes on, there is still a war factory for Cover.
Yeah. All Cover needs to do is, well, I mean, drones, I guess, aren't the most effective with that NGIP chasing everything around.
Yep.
But just dogs and rhinos, and he'll be more than okay at this point. It's pretty much over.
Yeah, I mean, there are more rhinos than there are grizzlies, and the rhinos will outdo it. Minus being pulled. No.
Cover could go back into the base trade here and just be quicker.
Yeah.
They've got what, 2 buildings left?
Yeah, it's got pill, two refs, and a power plant left.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah, still, yeah, again, I wouldn't base trade. I think that he's, well, I mean, with those GIs coming in, ugh.
Yeah, he's TTing all the GIs.
Yep, let's see, I don't think Big Butt can push this, but we'll see if he can pull off the
he's being clever.
Nice,
Elite GI.
Wow.
Rushes
Really nice
forward,
TC.
get some chip damage on the miner,
Wow.
and Cover is broke.
Look at that TC from Big Butt.
But he's on a clock.
He's on a clock.
And there is the split.
There is the split.
Yeah, Big Butt needs to end this, and he needs to end it now. Is he gonna rush back and try and defend?
Looks like it. Now cover should clean up the GIs. There we go.
He started to.
He's trying to keep that elite GI alive, which is again beautiful
Yeah.
micro from BigBut. BigBut has just
BigBut brilliantly taking out 3 out of 4 of these rhinos without
losing the single
grizzly. Oh, but he's gonna lose the elite! Oh, we're careering into covers. Tank core.
Unfortunate for BigBut.
That I think is game.
Yeah, it's game.
Yeah.
Player
So
defeated.
really, you gotta hand it to BigBut. An insane play out over there. Really, the tank control, the moves, really nice. But cover comes out on top, which means the score is again even 2-2.
2-2. So the next map on the list is Snow Valley.
Something which we're all familiar with.
Absolutely.
Classic map. Classic map. Again, this was edited to have top left versus bottom right, which is considered the nice starting spots where it's even and equal for both players. But yeah, wow, crazy series, man. This is just insane.
Very well
with
matched.
these two. Sorry?
But it's just said it's very well matched. So you have BigBut, who we know is a God's tier Yuri's player, and presumably those skills are somewhat transferable between the games. Versus a plan that I've never seen before, and it's incredibly even. So it makes me really excited about watching the Chinese community play.
Yeah, I mean, I've been really enjoying watching some of the Chinese players play the last couple of months. When they, they seem to start to play some of the non-Chinese players a little bit more in sort of show games and tournaments. They were doing QM and stuff, as I understand it, for a while, but certainly Geoki and Shen both coming out and doing and Woody as well, actually, in the last few weeks, playing people like Marco and Legend in show games has been really interesting.
Definitely fun to see different styles of highest level play possible. So it's always interesting to see this. Quick move from cover here. But yeah, that's usually what you do on Snow Valley. We're gonna see again. This is a very good and interesting map. Long routes around cliffs here, so always good with splits. Let's see what these two players can pull off here.
Yes, I mean, it's not the largest map in the world. Horrible ore and gem placement requiring you to move an awful lot. BigBut pushing out with a grizzly. 2 grizzlies. Second one incoming.
I'm in with early pressure, so some get a minor like this last time.
And he runs off. That would have been nice to get.
Yeah, but again, that's time that miners and mining, right? And with this level plays, every little bit counts.
He was going for the flak, and his forward grizzly got picked off there because it was weak. So BigBut has expanded to the top right. Instead of going for the middle, he wants those gems. He wants the nice sort of allied eco boost. But BigBut coming around the back.
Sneaky BigBut here. Always active. He's keeping map control. He's been very good at maintaining map control so far, which is always a big advantage. But yeah.
Okay, so I think his rally point is set for over here, maybe. So yeah, we got Paradrop in the middle. We got 2 grizzlies over on the left. We got 5 grizzlies over on the right. Those 5 will take out that rhino. Paradrop is going to cause issues, and again, attacking the miners here. He should get one. Yes, he
Definitely
does.
should get one. Definitely should get one at least. Which again is a big win here. Early
And
game
the
miners.
second, there is a second one, which is AFK because it got pulled away.
Ooh, that's nice for Big Butt.
Big Butt being a real pest this
Yeah,
game.
this is really an excellent example of how to use Grizzlies with their extra speed.
Yeah, you know, grab map control and never give it back.
Yeah, and some really nasty hit and run tactics. And being RA2 instead of Yuri's. Oh, cover? What?
Ooh.
Wow, what is that?
He
What
just
is going on?
drove his MCV into the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, scoring 101. That was a misclick for sure. That was unfortunate.
That was, yeah, that's gotta have been a misclick into the middle, or maybe he just wasn't expecting it.
The GG.
Yeah, he just, wow.
Yes, Gene said that he is Zyfans from QM, or Z-Fans.
Wow. All right. So here we go. So this is game number 6. The score is 3-2 for Big Butt. And wow, really good game so far. A little bit of a misclick from Coverber last game, but he was losing already before he lost his MCV. He lost quite a few miners there.
Hestia, yeah, so RA2 and CNCNet has that graphics glitch on the right-hand side, so I will try and keep an eye on the code and shout out and zoom into the screen. There is no color that really shows up there, and red and yellow are standard colors because they force, if you only have 2 players on a map, red and yellow picking red and yellow forces them to be opposite. I think as most of the players, or most of the people in chat know, picking colors are actually weights where on a map you spawn relative to other players. Was it blue and red are likely to spawn next to each other, or is it blue and yellow? But yellow and red as a combination forces them to spawn opposite. So if you've got multiple spawn points on a map, then you get corners instead of being top right and bottom right. That's why you choose red and yellow. But anyway, Big Butt on the right as America, Cover as Iraq.
Yeah, so Big Butt with the early walls here, but Cover's not going to let him wall it in. He's going to block him with the dog there. And the engineer is already in the flag track on its way.
Oh, there's stats to that map. Osberg Glass. Yeah, so nice quick move from Cover. 3 miners, couple of rhinos out, 5 miners for Big Butt.
Yeah, and we will keep an eye on that engineer in the flag, right? See if it does anything. Big Butt, defending that oil with... Well, not anymore. But he does have a full buck there. He does have...
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, nice. It does stop Flak NG stealing it. He's going to try and build up this cliff to get to the gold.
Yeah, so Big Butt going with the build instead of the expand, like instead of moving the MCV, expanding with the build here.
I think he wanted to quick tech.
Yeah.
He wanted that Mirage tank, and it's doing huge amounts of work.
Ooh.
But he is sort of broke. He's got 1 out.
Yeah, Big Butt definitely in a bad position here. RA2 quick taking on a small map. Not always the best move. We'll see if Big Butt can make it work somehow. We do know that he is a magician when it comes to...
Big Butt is a musician. For sure.
But let's see if he can make it
Points for winning with America in this tournament.
Sorry, say that again?
I said there are no style points for winning as America in this tournament.
Yes.
Yep.
Big Butt Mirage control there, slightly questionable. He's gonna lose AFC. He's gonna reset his power drop time. Sells it, but doesn't sell it in time. Does get the ref up top though, which is gonna be very nice.
Yeah, but at this point, right, he's got map control. He's got Big Butt on a desperate, you know, trying to spam pillboxes. More rhinos keep coming in, and he keeps losing barrages. At this point, Big Butt is in a very, very bad position. We'll see if he
Oh,
can make a
nice
miracle
Mirage
happen, but-
positioning behind the wall there. That was quite nice. And the GIs did a lot of work. Big Butt is making a lot of moves with not very much.
Yeah, some
Cover is
holding on.
throwing everything he has. And the problem with this is that if you trickle units in, they will get slowly taken out. And Big Butt's just going to build up behind it.
Yeah, but Big Buck's AFC is in the top there, and Cover's coming for it.
I don't like... he's attack moving with the Mirages!
Oh. Big Buck.
Chrono out the miner. No. No, he loses the miner. Cover has expanded to the top middle. So Cover has complete map control here.
Yeah. This is pretty much over for Big Buck.
Yeah. Big Butt
See,
just hasn't been able to get the eco that he needs to combat this 3 War Factory Soviet.
Yeah, quick tech looking like it was a poor choice on this map.
Yeah, he needed that eco before he went tech.
it's a quick tick on a small map, especially in RA2 mode. Like, you use revenge from AD to make it work.
And very questionable Mirage control.
They also throwing away all of the tech that you do produce.
Yeah. Mirage tanks, you gotta keep them in the same spot.
Yeah, so again, Coverber is relentless. He keeps attacking, he keeps going in and out and slowly wearing Big Butt down. There's not much left Big Butt can do. He, you know, Cover has endless cash at this point, right? He's got the gems at the top. He already's got most of the gems in the bottom. Big Butt is trapped in his little corner. He's not giving up, but, you know, at this point, it's more or less over.
Absolutely. And there is the GG from Big Butt. This series has continued to ping pong back. Big Butt jumping in chat to Ming Lee before I have even returned to the lobby.
Yeah.
Tour of
What
Egypt.
a good series. What a good
If this was
series.
Yuri's, we would be looking at a 6-0 already. Yeah, possibly. So we have Cover in the bottom left as Iraq and Big Button in the top right as America, sticking with their preferred factions.
Yeah. So, Tour of Egypt, classic map. Again, always interesting games here. We're gonna see, like, do you move after first War Factory next to the gens? Do you try and stretch down? Again, a very classic map.
Snark. Look at this.
Oh.
We have a Connie rush.
All right. So Coverber.
GIs can just about neutralize this now. That's one of the changes. So if Big Butt spams out GIs, then he could actually somewhat hold this.
Yeah, so one of the Armageddon changes is that, again, one GI will roughly be equal to 2 conscripts on the battlefield only when it's deployed. Earlier, you know, conscripts would just overrun GIs so easily in RA2 mode. It would be a pretty bad joke.
It's just more entertaining for the viewers to have it this way, in my opinion.
Yeah, so here we go. Conscripts versus GIs.
Ooh, that was not
GIs
very
come out
good,
on top.
Yeah, well,
I
the
think-
numbers were roughly even there.
Yeah, I think he had
And GI
twice
cost
as
twice
many
as much.
value. Twice as many GI value than he did conscript
Yeah.
value.
Yep. Again, this was all well tested, so don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. And Big Butt moving down to the bottom there. Gonna make a ref on the gems. Still no AFC for Big Butt, which is interesting. But Coverber with a lot of rhinos, Matt. It's
Yeah, I'm concerned for Big Butt.
well,
Allied can't base trade quite as effectively, although they can get out the Grizzlies a lot faster.
yeah. So Grizzlies do build a little bit faster until, you know, Souls get that multi-war OP thing. But
So, BigBut. The advantage here is that BigBut can chrono his miners down and away, right? And that's what he's been doing. He's on 4 miners. He's neutralized all but one of the rhinos, and Cover suffered by losing, I think, 2 rhinos down here. Certainly 2 miners, and spending money on a couple of drones.
wow.
So Cover is now absolutely broke. Well, BigBut is sitting quite snug on 4 miners.
Yeah. So
brilliant.
BigBut in a really, really strong position here. With that amount of miners, I don't see how BigBut loses. BigBut in a super strong position. You know, that amount of miners versus 1 miner. It doesn't matter if it's on gens.
No.
BigBut should easily be able to win this.
Second miner coming out from Cover and sells the MCV. He knows what a dire situation he's in. NG IFV coming out for BigBut now. Gonna get a nice little repair done on the Grizzlies. Gonna give him that sustain. ASC out as well.
That's something I actually feel like allied players don't do enough, is get free repair.
Yeah, I mean, it's so powerful.
You see Soviet players going to, you know, make a service depot so that they can repair for a cost.
Yeah.
50% cost their units. Is it 25% or 50%? I can't remember. But allied players can get a free repair, and they usually don't put the time and effort into it. But BigBut has been doing it consistently. Conscripts, Rhinos, you know, Cover knows he needs to push, and he needs to push hard.
BigBut power drop coming in on top, and he knows that spread out like this, the GIs are going to be really good at stopping the Rhinos as well, because Rhinos are going to struggle to run all this over. Sorry, what was that, Val?
I said, where are the Desos? You would want Desos.
Oh, well, he sold the MCV because he was broke.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So no Desos, we won't get any Desos either. BigBut coming in at the bottom here. Cover, yeah, he's gonna defend this, I think, right?
Yeah, I would like to see BigBut, and BigBut is gonna do exactly that. Gonna poke and prod along the top, snipe those miners, and really basically ruin Cover.
Yeah, again, Cover, I don't see how Coverber comes back from this. But BigBut doing, you know, splits all over the place, doing his damage. Really beautiful macro.
And takes out most of the Rhinos. 7 or 8 of them get pulled back to deal with Cover's failing eco. And there we go, GG.
Yeah, it's over. Wow. Great play out of BigBut. I don't know about Cover's little rush there, but the way BigBut reciprocated by managing to attack, take out a few miners, and still defend his miners, like you said, he could chrono them away or whatever. Was really, really nice move out of BigBut, and that brings the score up to 4-3.
Right, so now we have Dusk Ravine, the RA2 version, of course. In the Yuri's version, you have machine shops in the middle left and middle right. Here you have the airports. Still have 1, 2, 3, and 4 oils in the corners, but covered by walls, so you can't just rush an engineer out. You can't just get it.
Yeah. So we're gonna see how capable these players are in conducting, you know, all their tank control while trying to capture these oils, which is something I love about this map.
Yeah.
Seeing the ability of players to, you know, get oils while they're trying to attack, defend, whatever it is that's going on, steal each other's oils. Just a great map. Always produces great games when we're talking about good players.
Yeah, I wonder why I'd never brought that up when I'd seen you play. So we have people like Legends saying that Dusk Ravine is the worst map ever. Quas saying it's one of the best maps ever. Clearly there is a split decision here.
Well, it's going to be a popular map.
It is a very popular map. Yeah, I mean, do you think it's a Soviet favorite map or an Allied favorite map? I'd go with Soviet personally, but
Yeah, I also, my instinct is to say Soviet. I don't like that Big Butt isn't getting those gems early on off the airport. I don't like that he's not building off the airport at all.
I mean,
but he did get the oil in the top right. Does Cover have any oils?
no.
No. So, well, Big Butt has the advantage of the oil, but he has a disadvantage of not getting the gems. And with Cover having 2 miners on those gems. Ugh.
Yeah, it gives him a very nice ego boost. I mean, Soviet, this map, you know, there's lots of large exposed areas and lots of gold and gems in them, which very much lends itself to the base moving, base sprawling, base walking of Soviet, as opposed to the slightly more condensed way Allied players tend to play, just because of how their base works and their builds work.
Yep. So,
So Big Butt does capture the top left oil, so I just wanted to point that out.
as well. So
Yeah.
so there we go, right? We see his ability to, you know, micro the NG into the IFV, micro the IFV there, micro the NG out of the IFV, attack the wall with the IFV, send the NG into the oil, right? Which is again, it's nice to see. It's gonna give him a nice boost, and now he also has 2 miners on the gems next to the airport. So you know, Big Butt is
a long way
oil.
behind.
What?
So Coverber looks a long way behind. Is that just
Coverber
in my
does
mind?
look behind, yeah.
Well, he's
he-
going for multi-war. He
He's
has
on
3 of them.
4. He's only on 4 miners though.
He also
Yeah,
only
well-
had 6 rhinos or something, or 7 rhinos.
He's got about a dozen, but Big Butt dies to the MCV. Okay, right. What's he?
Oh,
Loses all but 1 grizzly.
wow, was that worth it, man?
It
Was
depends
that-
what
can he
Cover
hold
does
on now?
now.
Can he
Not if-
hold on?
Big Butt needs to button down the hatches, and Cover needs to go in.
Yeah. Cover needs to waste no more time and go in.
Deploy the GIs, bunker up. Got Mirages, we got Rockies. No Desos because there's no radar.
Yep. And if Big Butt can get to that mass amount of what's it called, mirages,
Yep.
the critical amount.
And I think that was a mistake. I think every moment that Cover wasn't going in was a mistake. I also think Big Butt pulling away from a 1 gap entry point was a massive error.
What is doing?
Well, let's see. Can Big Butt hold on? If he can hold off this attack, then okay, the lab is gonna go down.
And the Mirages with Mike focusing on the dogs. But
Wow.
I think Big Butt survives this.
Without the
well,
lab.
Well, now he loses the MCV. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I don't know, because he does have 3 war factories still, so Coverber is going to be sending tanks in
Yeah.
an alarming rate here, and Big Butt loses his MCV as well, and he's got no army.
No.
And the elite.
So
Nearly right.
And
Yeah,
nearly,
if it's
and
kept his MTV, I would have said excellent. Big Butt's won this, but I don't.
GG.
Yeah, I think this is very much a Cover
Big
win.
Butt by diving for the MCV and losing his whole army.
His Mirage control is surprising. There are definitely some weaknesses there.
yeah,
You know,
the dogs-
they move around
Dogs-
far too much. And Big Butt's decision to pull back from that cliff. There was no better place for him to defend than that cliff.
He wanted his GIs, and they were on their way, which is why he pulled back. But yeah, I think he might have gotten more damage if he would have stuck to the cliff.
Yeah.
Either way, not targeting the rhinos. Also with mirages, you have to click rhinos or they will shoot dogs.
Yep.
So he lost a lot of mirages for, you know, a lot of shots, a lot of damage that could have been done. But it is again even, right? 4-4. The score keeps evening up. If it keeps going like this, Big Butt will win, because Big Butt wins
Big
and then
Butt-
Cover wins.
Yep.
Literally, that's how it's been the entire series.
Big Butt won the first one, so yeah. Cover needs to break out 2 in a row. Maestro, it's going good, man. How are you, buddy?
I mean, whew, crazy series, Matt. I was not expecting this early in the World Championship to be this exciting.
No.
But these two are insane, and it just keeps going back and forth. Awesome moves. We're seeing some really, really cool stuff out of both of these guys.
They're gonna keep it going pretty much up until the next match starts.
Yeah, the next match is scheduled to start in about half an hour, and this is best of 11, right? So, it's first to 6, so we have 2 or 4 more games, including this one. So it should just about line up.
Yeah. All right. So Dorado Descent, one of Berg's classic maps ever since it came out. There aren't players players keep choosing it in tournaments, in whatever it is. So I think that's the best indication for a good map.
Maybe. Are you sure this is done by Berg? Like, the spawning points don't look quite bright enough.
Yeah, I mean, I see we got a crazy amount of people here. To anyone that doesn't know, this is the wildcard round for over a 2,000 prize pool dollar tournament, which means the winner of this tournament will get $1,000. And BigBut versus Coverber for a spot in the tournament, fighting it out here. The score is 4-4.
So thanks very much for the bits, man. Much appreciated.
So far, I'm having a crazy great time here.
Indeed. So Balth, you mentioned earlier that there is a $100 prize for the player who wins the most games as a non-main nation. In other words, the player who wins the most games playing not as Iraq or America gets $100 as a sort of secondary prize, secondary trophy, secondary accomplishment. What else is there on the table? Because I know you've mentioned a couple of other prizes.
So we have $50 is going to go to one winner in a wildcard round. So we have 5 wildcards, and one of those 5 winners will be taking $50. And then we have 3 $50 random draws for anybody who made it into the main tournament. So, and then we have the $100 that you mentioned for off-faction wins. And then we have the top 4 prizes, which are 1,000, 500, 250, and 125.
Very good indeed. It's certainly nice to have some extra prizes, as mentioned earlier, for those players who maybe don't feel like they can reach the end. But if there's, think of it like a side mission, side challenge, side achievement. If you can.
Even if you play, you have a chance of taking home some money. So
there's also random prizes. There's going to be
there's random prizes.
The only circumstance in which that is not true is if you are disqualified, then you will.
Then you forfeit the right to take any prizes. Yes, very true.
Show up, play your games, and chance to win money.
Yes. Fantastic, thank you for the $5. So my mini feed
Dorado,
hadn't quite caught up when I heard the notification, so I just saw your 100 bits and didn't see the timestamp.
It's very easy for Soviets here to mass war factories and have a nice eco going. BigBut tried to grab map control at the beginning of this game, but he had to retreat.
Yeah, we're doing good here.
Now Coverber is coming in for the attack. Let's see what he can get done.
I think BigBut defends that.
Legend
Marcus. Rude.
Yeah, that was just. All right, so BigBut has already teched up. He's got more than one war factory. You notice that BigBut, as an allied player, started right off the bat with 2 war factories.
Yeah, he stuck his second one straight down this cliff. Yeah, we haven't really focused on the players very much. We were chatting about the prizes, but BigBut now, he has his chrono out. I think that's a great decision on a map like this. Cover on his side has 3 miners, long distance mining those gems, giving him a really nice eco. Weather storm out for BigBut now. Cover has his lab, has his nuke reactor, Icy just coming out.
Yeah, so both players teched up. Again, Cover's on 3 war factories. BigBut is on 3 war factories as well. So, I mean, I don't know. The Chronosphere is going to be ready way before the Iron Curtain is, but what does he chrono?
This is the first time we've seen Coverber tech up, so it took 9 games.
Yeah, So again, a little bit of a split from BigBut there, right? I think I saw a few going to the left. Maybe
Ella, what are you looking
anyway,
for in terms
Tanya,
of
IFV's
rules?
coming out. And the bonus here is
So there
ready
you go.
for
That's what I was expecting
Oh.
there. The Tanya Chrono takes out the IC, and the lab got sold. That's gonna put Cover quite far behind. It's called Legends Moves. I don't see anybody throwing anything.
Oh god. Yeah, so nice little Tanya Chrono there, which loses cover the IC. He does have Desolators in those flag tracks,
Yep.
which is something to be aware of. One good Deso bomb. and it is
I'm loving
over.
this Tanya usage by BigBut. We've seen it on a couple of other maps, and he's really making quite good use out of it. BigBut standing his ground, moving the Mirage out of the way towards the GIs as well, which is really nice.
Yeah, so
And
moves out of the way.
Most of
Whoa.
those rhinos do go down.
Yes, they do indeed. So BigBut does manage to defend this attack. The Desolators are trying to come into zone. Hopefully we're going to see some pillboxes come up, deal with those Desolators.
Lab
maybe a few
goes
rockets
down.
here.
Mirages need to get moved a bit closer. The radiation has disappeared, but he's not moving it at all.
BigBut, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Just popping into chat to Ming Lee.
Wow, so BigBut comes
time
out
to
on top.
move the MCV. Yes, absolutely true. Legend, I don't know if you've played RA2 before, but there is no force shield in RA2. That is only in Yuri's Revenge. Maybe go and practice on QM a bit more.
Yeah, Legend, you can't say stuff like that in chat. We're hyping you up to be one of the big ones in this tournament.
Yeah.
You know?
Warning.
But yeah, so BigBut now
Lightning
got...
Storm, that's 3 war factories gone.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, down they go.
That is huge. Wow. So BigBut with the map control. BigBut has moved his MCVs, expanded. He's got both super weapons. Looking dominating.
And the Chrono comes in again. Oh
Wow.
no.
Oh, down goes the IC again, and he gets a war factory. So BigBut looking in a super strong position. Cover is down to 1 war factory.
Yeah, Tanya is basically a seal in RA2. Definitely nowhere near as powerful as she is in Yuri's Revenge. She can't see 4 vehicles, and she can get squished.
Wow.
And that was a beautiful Deso bomb by Cover there.
Yeah, huge Deso bomb there. BigBut doesn't really have an army here, but he is producing one very, very quickly. He's on 18 freaking K. Am I saying that
Yep,
correctly?
that is 17k for BigBut. And
Where are his war factories?
8k for Cover. He sold his MCV just now. He's got 3 wars. He does, excuse me, have a service depot, so we may see an MCV come out. Now is not the best time for that, though. Not with the Mirages right there.
No, but let's remember he does have both super weapons, while Cover doesn't have any. But Cover's pushing in hard here, right? He's being relentless. He needs
Really good Deso bombs from Cover.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. He knows he needs to do damage, and he's doing it. He's doing what he needs
This
to do.
is a BigBut just GG's. He throws in the
Wow.
towel.
100% from the Deso bombs. That was a Deso decided game.
Wow.
BigBut, get the fuck out of Twitch chat.
Wow. What are we seeing here? So for the first time, they are breaking, right, what they were doing until now.
Yeah,
BigBut
so
should have
Cover
won that
has
game.
won 2 back-to-back.
Yeah, getting
Cover
close.
wins 2, which means it's match point for Cover. Cover wins the next match, and he moves into the bracket.
Yep.
However,
To play Gaoki.
Wow.
For chances
Wow.
of money. For chances of money.
However, the next map is an allied favored one. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Maybe it is. I was reading Tiburon, but it's actually Tiger Bay. An exceptionally interesting map. Either way, Kapow, thank you very
Tiger
much
Bay's a
for the
fascinating map, there's
resub.
no
6
doubt about
months.
that.
We have our
Highly
1 year anniversary on
asymmetric.
Sunday, actually.
Yeah, this is
FC
one of the
team.
maps that in the Armageddon rule set is pre-captured, right? So pre-captured tech for everyone. Let's see. Whew. Let's see. Can Big Butt survive this, or does Cover win this wildcard spot and gets his place in the tournament?
My hope is that Big Butt wins this.
Tech
And
builder.
then we go to match
And
point
then,
for
and then it goes to match point again because it's 20 minutes
Mm.
till the next series, and we want to burn the time. So this is a slightly newer map. It's been around for a couple of months now, but people who don't recognize it spawn in the top left or middle right. Each player starts, as Snark mentioned, pre-captured tech.
Matt, this is a classic map. Sorry.
Is it classic?
As far as I know, Tiger Bear is an ancient. I think this is a Josh
Oh,
map, right?
is it just the remake is the only good version?
Something like that. There's several
Yeah, okay.
remakes.
It used
and
to be
there's several
crap,
versions.
so nobody ever played it.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, right. So we have one oil, we have an airport and a hospital. Oil, airport, hospital. What?
No. So the asymmetry here is interesting. So apparently it's very easy for bottom right to expand, while for top left it's not easy to expand. So one of the things that top left gets that bottom right doesn't get is the hospital. Now hospitals don't do anything in RA2.
I was going to say, my next question, and I believe Sos picks it up in chat as well. Yeah, since the RA2 mode, you need to stick units into a hospital to repair them, right?
Exactly.
So this is essentially a tech build structure, a build-off structure, right?
Exactly, just for expansion purposes. Again, since bottom right is so easy to expand, top left has a much harder time expanding.
Yeah.
Apparently what balances out this map is that top left gets an extra tech structure for expansion.
Gotcha.
Yeah, again, I don't know enough about this map, but yeah. So this is the version that was chosen for Armageddon. We got Gauki and Frank on the map list. So any map in the map list was carefully selected by both of those people and gone over by Balth, of course, at the end. So yeah, let's talk about this game. What's going on here?
So Cover really pushing it nice and hard, takes out one of Big Butt's miners there in the top middle. Back home, Cover sitting on 2 wars, one in the airport expansion, second one back in his main base. Big Butt going for this suicidal push. He's gonna get it. He gets it.
Wow. But again, Big Butt with these dives at what cost? Right, we've seen him do this several times.
Yeah, so he's got 2 Grizzlies back home, and he's got 7 Rhinos, 8, 9, 10 coming in on his head right now. Double power drop for the added defense. He's got 2.5k in the bank, down to 2 now, and already losing 1 Grizzly. This is worrying. And Cover just gonna dive around the defense that Big Butt put up.
Yeah, so now you know Cover gets the MCV, but at a much smaller cost.
Yeah,
right?
and the
Much smaller cost.
Air Force
And
Command
this
goes down, and Big Butt GG's!
Wow.
Player defeated.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh no. The dream is over for the biggest of butts.
Yeah, so far. What a series though. What a series. Give it up for Big Butt.
Yeah, yeah. I
Cover back
mean,
goes through to the main tournament.
rounds of applause for Big Butt there. That was either way an insane series. Just
Incredible
amazing.
series, to be sure.
just amazing.